Hello, everybody. Oh, what a week. I'll wait a few minutes for all of you to get on before we get started today. Today, we are going to do some mystery stamping. And these are real easy projects, just kind of using some of the celebration items combined with some of the items out of our new mini spring catalog. So hopefully you can join me tonight, either on my Facebook group, which you may be on, or my Facebook page, which you also could be on. And if you don't have Facebook, don't worry, because you can watch me live on YouTube. Now, I'm not really a magician, so it's hard for me to watch all of these items at one time. So if I don't respond to your comment during the live, I will try to get back with you, okay? So let's go ahead. I'm just going to make sure real quick that I am on all platforms, and then we'll go ahead and we will get started, okay? Let's see here. One more to check. And we are good, it looks like, on all of them. So that is a plus. So let's go ahead and get started. So for these projects, I am going to turn you down. But before I do that, if you do have, I'm going to try to give the instructions to these slowly tonight. So if you want to gather the supplies, you can. So starting out, we are going to need a piece of bubble bath, and that is going to be 5.5 by 8.5. We are also going to need a piece of basic white, and the basic white is going to be 5.25 by 4. And then we're going to need a couple of smaller pieces. One of the Toadstoools paper, which I chose the one that is the pink one, and I'm going to show you that in just a minute here. It is going to be 2 by 3.5. And then the same Toadstool paper, you're going to want the purple stripe, which is going to be 5.25 by 1 inch. And then you're also going to need a very small piece of Melon Mambo, which is going to be 1.5 inches by 4 inches. Okay, so those are our measurements, and I'll try to go over these again as we're going through. So let's go ahead, and we are going to get started. I'm just going to bring the other live up on my phone here so I can try to see comments. Let's see here. If you're on, let me know that you're here. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this down so you can see the card that we're going to be making tonight. All right, and you notice this is a little brighter area tonight. Hopefully you are liking that. Hopefully you can see it well on your computer screens. Tonight we are making this Toadstool card. And this is actually made using the Toadstool paper. And let me show you this. It's in our celebration catalog. Let me find it here. It is going to be on page 8. And let me see here. I think I have a little bit too, let me make it a little bit brighter. And I think that's probably pretty good. Okay, so it's this paper right here, the Toadstool Garden Designs. Maybe if I go like this, you can see it even better. If you don't have a celebration brochure, I'd be happy to get you one out. You can earn this paper through placing a $60 order. And this one's well worth it because it seems like everything in the mini catalog can kind of coordinate with this paper. For instance, the ribbon that you can get, which is on page 9. This is the Fresh Freesia ribbon. This goes very well with it. The rhinestones that you can earn, let me find them in here. Oh, they are going to be on I love the rhinestones. They're one of my favorite items in here, believe it or not. Besides the paper. They are on page 10 and 11 down here at the bottom. And we'll be using those on this card as well. I like the rhinestones because, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say rhinestones. They're sequins, my bad. I like them because they lay flat and they make it really nice for shipping. Okay. Hopefully this is in focus. It looks a little out of focus tonight. Let me just make sure here we're... Hi, Cynthia. Welcome. Get a little more light on there. Maybe that's what's wrong. Not sure why it looks a little blurry, but we'll figure that out, I guess. There, that's a little better. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So this is the card that we're going to be making right here. And I think it's really cute. Now in this version, believe it or not, I made so many cards out of fresh freesia paper. I was completely out of fresh freesia. And then I thought, well, this has the bubble bath in it. Why don't I make this with the bubble bath? So that's what we're going to do tonight. So again, if you're making this along with me, 5.5 by 8.5 in either fresh freesia or bubble bath. Then you're going to need a piece of basic white that is 5.25 by 4. A piece of this designer series paper, which is Toadstool paper, and that is going to be 5.25 by 1. Then you have this piece of designer paper here, which is going to be 2 by 3.5. And then you have the piece of Melon Mambo, which is 4 inches by 1.5. And then this banner is out of Stylish Shapes, and you're going to want to make that in either gray granite or smoky slate, whichever your preference is. And you also need this circle here out of Stylish Shapes, which is like, I believe it's the third one in size. It is going to measure 2 inches. It's your 2-inch circle. If you do not have the Stylish Shapes, I would highly recommend them. If you don't have them right now but would like to make this card and have other supplies that are similar, you could always use a 2-inch circle punch too. It just won't be stitched like it is here. And to make this, I am going to zoom in just a little bit for us so that we can see this just a tad bit better as we're making it. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I have all of my pieces here. They're pre-cut. This is how my classes work, whether you get them to go or in person. Typically, I have everything cut out and punched. I even run things through the embossing folders if needed. Now, if the paper is included as part of your kit, which if you're part of my card club, you get designer series paper. This would be the only paper along with this one that you would need to cut for this card. All of the rest would be done for you, but because you get the paper with it, you would need to cut that. So I just wanted to make that known. Okay, and it is driving me crazy because that looks a little bit blurry to me, and I don't know why. Let me see if I can... It's like it's not focused right. Let me try that and see if that's better. So crazy that... Let me know if it looks blurry on your end. Hi, Monica. Welcome. Just crazy that it's not working right. You know, it seems like there's always something with me. I can never quite get my hand around why, but let me try. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. It's like everything's in focus there. Let me zoom in just a little bit. Okay, I guess maybe it's just the markers here that are not in focus. All right, so we're going to get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do with your 5.5 by 8.5 piece of of the either bubble gum or the fresh freesia. You can use whichever one you want, okay? Whatever your preference is. And you're gonna fold that in half. And you're gonna score it at 4 1/4 and then fold it in half. And then you're gonna take your piece of basic white, which is gonna be 5 1/4 by 4, and you're going to glue that on top, okay? And this is the card that we're making right here, in case you didn't see it earlier. And I'm just gonna get out my liquid glue here, because I'm a liquid glue fan. If you're not a liquid glue fan, you can use Tombow. I just spent the last week in Mexico. We went to Playa del Carmen to Xcaret for my husband's work trip. It was a blast. Those of you that know me know I have a knee issue, so that was a little bit of a challenge, but, you know, I made it through. Sorry, my glue, I forgot and left undone. Shoot, be goot. I left it undone when I left. Not a good thing to do. You come back and there's a little plug in it, right? Now let me grab my regular Tombow. See if I got anything left in this one. Give it a shot. It was an adventurous trip. We spent 7 days there, which was, you think would be like really hot and warm. Well, not this time of year. This time of year, we experience cloudy skies the majority of the time. We did have a couple of good days. Let me grab another Tombow. This one's almost dead here. Might as well grab my seal while I'm grabbing. Yeah, so we had a couple good sunny days. The rest of the time was a little bit overcast. But, you know, the whole time, you don't have to cook dinner while you're there, which is nice. You can just relax and enjoy, which is nice. I did miss my stamping, and I owe you guys a video because the video that I had to post did not go out as it should, and I think I had maybe too big of a file, so we're going to be redoing those cards. But funny story, so we go down, and we stayed at the Westin the night before, which was a lot of fun because we were right there. And the nice thing is the Westin, they go ahead and they warm up your car and everything for you when you get back, and you don't have to go to the parking garage and all that good stuff. So we go down the night before. We have to get up early. Our flight leaves super early in the morning. We get there, and I'm going through customs. And my husband's taking all the heavy stuff because, of course, you know, my knee, I can't really haul a lot. So we go through the checkpoint, and lo and behold, hi, Don. Lo and behold, when I go through the scanner, it flags me as having something. And this is not good, folks, what I'm going to tell you here. But it was in my genital area. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? So the lady pulls me aside and she says, well, I hate to tell you, but I am going to have to do a check on you. Do you want to do it here or do you want to do it in the back room? And I'm immediately just appalled and floored. And I don't know what to say. And I'm thinking, I don't want to go in the back room with her, but I don't know what she's going to do out here. So I stood there and she patted me down from front to back. And I still don't know what it was. I had a hysterectomy like several years ago. I'm thinking, well, something from that. I had a gallbladder surgery a few years back. Was it something from that, you know? So I ruled it out as, well, this was probably just something wrong with their machine. Oh no, when we're coming back from Mexico, I get flagged again because of metal in that area. So needless to say, I've scheduled a doctor's appointment for tomorrow, not only to look at my knee, but figure out what is going on. Do I have something wrong or what? So just a funny little story. The other funny thing that happened to us, and this is kind of cute too, our van driver that drove us back from my husband's work, because we had to stay at a different resort than everybody else that came. We were kind of like overflow, which was, I am not going to lie, it was a pain in the neck. But we managed. And our bus driver's name, his name was Robin Williams. I kid you not. So it was kind of funny that we had Robin Williams. So one day on the way back, I was getting out of the van. Oh yes, you guessed it, folks. I fell. Now granted, my husband had been drinking. I was drinking Coke Zero. So I was being a good girl that day and fell out of the van. One leg screeched out of the van and like shot out. I fell on my back on the van floor and my bad knee leg was twisted up behind me. So that was kind of eventful. I decided after that, maybe I should drink. Maybe these things wouldn't happen to me, right? Okay, so now once you got your white piece glued down here, you're going to add your designer series paper, which is 1 inch by 5 1/4. Okay? Then we're going to take our piece of Melon Mambo, which again, I think I gave you the instructions. It was 1 1/2 by 4. And we are going to take our scissors, and on the one end, we're just going to cut up in the center. If you have a punch that'll do this, you might have one yet. You can use the punch, but then you go up the center with a slit, and then you go from the corner to the top of that slit on both sides. And it will make you a very nice, sorry, I can't see out of my own glasses tonight. It'll make you a very nice banner. All right, so now we're gonna put down this banner, probably about like right there. And I'm gonna grab that and glue it down. Okay, we're gonna put that right about here. That's our Melon Mambo piece. Then we are going to take our designer series paper piece and we are going to put it down. I put that on a little crooked. Come on. It was really nice on the trip to have all the fresh fruit and everything right now though. And we did get some vitamin D, which I also needed. This time of year, I tell you, it's an awful time when we didn't see the sunlight. And to beat the frigid cold air that we had here in Michigan, that was okay with me too. All right, so we put our designer series paper down here. Then we're going to take the stamp set, which is Terrific Toadstools. If you don't have this one, I would recommend it. And just keep in mind, you know, you can get it as a bundle with the punch, which we're also going to be using. And the nice thing about this is it'll get you closer to that $60 mark. So we're going to take the You Are Magical stamp, just right here. Put this on a block. And we're going to stamp in Melon Mambo on our gray little banner piece. Okay? And the banner piece is out of Stylish Shapes. So hopefully you have that one. Make sure I got this the right way. And I didn't. And you're going to stamp it off to the one end. Hopefully you can see this. Like this here. Okay. And then we're going to put this on dimensionals. And it's going to go right over here. Let me grab my dimensionals. Let me get my little ones here. I love these black dimensionals. I don't know if you guys realize it or not, but these black dimensionals, you get both sizes. You get the large and you get the small. And I like the black because to me it doesn't stand out as much. Sorry if you hear my wind chimes going out there. I'm just gonna lay that on there like that. Okay. Then we're going to, well, first we have to stamp some toadstools. And then we're going to punch one out. Okay, so let me get my little toadstools out of here. We're going to need this one, and we're going to need, whoops, this one to start out with. Let me just get these on blocks. So first thing we're going to do is do our smoky slate. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. And we're going to stamp this like right off here, like so. And I'm not putting the whole thing on it. There we go. And then we're going to need to do our little toadstools. And we're going to do those in Melon Mambo. Woo! Hi, Rhonda. Welcome. Hi, Mary Jean. We're just going to put these on here like so. There we go. All right. I'm going to clean these real quick. And then I'm going to get, in this stamp set, there's this piece here, and I like to use that as grass. So I'm going to pull it off. We're going to use that. We're going to use Granny Apple Green for that. Oops, almost lost it on the floor. Let me shut my Melon Mambo up. Now, it's not too late. February 8th, I have a Galentine's Day class, which you may be interested in. We are focusing on all occasion cards. You get $30 of product, and it's $55 to attend. I have a few places open yet. You do get a light lunch with that. I'll probably do like a soup and salad or soup and sandwich, and then a little bit of a dessert. So if you want in on that, the link is in my Facebook page and group. Get yourself registered because I do not have many spots left for that. Okay? I'm just going to put these little stamps away before I lose them here. Clean this one earlier. I love our Stamp and Scrub thing there. Or chamois, I should say, not Stamp and Scrub. Okay, now we need to do our big mushroom. And for our big mushroom, we're going to use Smoky Slate and Fresh Freesia. Let me grab a piece of that real quick. Thought I had everything I needed over here, and I guess I didn't. Now you can do some fun things with these mushrooms. You can mix up the colors, which I think is fun. And I'll show you what I mean. So if I do the toadstool in Melon Mambo on Fresh Freesia, I get a whole different look. Let me show you what that looks like. So the toadstool with Melon Mambo on Fresh Freesia looks like this, which is a little psychedelic, but I like it. I think it's cute. Now, if you do the toadstool, and it's a hard word to say, if you do that in Fresh Freesia, let me grab that color ink. It's going to look like this. Hi Nancy, welcome. So you can pick which toadstool you like. One's going to stand out a little bit more than the other. I think I'm going to use the one that like I have on the card just so you can follow the same instructions. But feel free to, change those up a little bit. I think it makes it fun when you're making them. Mixing purples and pinks and you name it. All right, now let me find what I do with my punch. Here it is. And we are just going to, I'm going to cut a slit of this off because I put it the wrong direction. Oh, that still might be hard for me to get. Let's try this again. I'm just going to slide it in here because you don't want to do what I did. I had too thick of a piece of paper. But you can line it up fairly easily with your finger even. Just put a little pressure on it and then punch it. Save your little stems because you can use that for anything. And then for the, whoops, I guess I didn't take it out. For the stem, I'm just going to go in here and do one real quick here with a, with a smoky slate. We'll set that off to the side. We have our stem. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. We don't need to see all my junk, right? All right, so we have our stem and we have our circle piece. And all we have to do is just pop these up on dimensionals. And again, I'm using the smaller dimensionals. Oops. I wonder if the internet is making it look blurry. It's just so bizarre. Never had that happen. This camera is such a good camera. Guess it could be just my phone too. And then I'm going to take my mushroom here. You can kind of see where you want it to go. And I'm going to put a dimension on that too. So let's see, I'm going to put it off to the side like this, because that's where I want it to be. And then I'm going to put a dimensional on it here. And they fit pretty good. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue at the tip of the stem, like so. I might have too much, but that's okay. We can wipe it off, right? And then I'm just going to stick this right here at this center part and then put it down. And that's our little piece that we're going to add to our card here. Got a bunch of caps out. And we're going to put this up on dimensionals too. Now you could use bigger ones for this. I have these out, so I'm just going to use them. Besides, picking up all these fun little small pieces is a lot more fun than the bigger ones, right? Okay, and then I'm just going to sit this over top, just like so. And that is your first card. I hope you like it. I think it's pretty cute. And you could, like I said, I did this one in Bubble Bath, and this one's in Fresh Freesia. So you can pick which one you like. And I guess I did cut this banner just a little bit smaller too. It looks like maybe 3/4 of an inch on this one versus a full inch. But we didn't add our sparklies. We got to add some of our sequins here. So let's go ahead and do that. Here we go. And there is the finished first card. Now I have one more to show you tonight, which I think you will like. Oh, let's see here. We're going to make this card here. I do not have any more of this blue ribbon though, so we're going to make it without the ribbon. Now if you want to make this along with me, this is really easy. You are going to be using Stylish Shapes for dies. And, oh, I got a piece of something on there. Stylish Shapes for dies. And you're going to be using thick basic white. So this piece is thick basic white. And it is cut at 5.5 by 8.5. We're going to turn it sideways though, so it opens this direction. Then you're going to have a piece of 5.25 by 4. And this one uses the embossing folder Soft Waves 3D. It is new. You can get that also in the mini catalog. It looks like waves so much. I love it. And we're just going to glue this down on top of our card base. So how did you guys all get by with the cold, frigid weather we had last week? Hi, Debbie. Hi, Pamela. Welcome, ladies. I'm just going to put that down here like this. And then we have a pool party banner. And this is used in the Stylish Shapes banner, so you're going to want to cut yourself one of those out. We're just going to lay it down there with some liquid glue. There we go. Kind of put it in the center if you can. Like that. Hopefully I'm straight. It's hard to tell when you're on camera. Then I have a gray square and another gray square. When you're using Stylish Shapes, the gray square is going to be your 2 3/4, and your basic white square is going to be 2 1/4. And before we put this down though, we're going to do a couple things. We're going to stamp the white piece, and then we're going to add some linen thread to this one behind it and see how that looks. So I'm going to set these pieces off to the side, and we're going to do some stamping. Now this one we're using is going to be the Friendly Seagulls, which if you haven't got this one yet, you've probably seen all over Facebook. There's so many cute projects made with this Friendly Seagull. And the sentiments on here are funny. So I just think you can make some cute things, whether it's a gift for an adult or for a kid. They're just kind of cute. So we're going to use this, and let me pull out the seagull that we're going to use. I think we want to use this one here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a block. We're going to put him on, and let me grab my Memento ink here. It slid to the back of my desk. There we go. And we are just going to stamp him. I tell you, before we went to Mexico, I got my toes done and my nails done. If you don't treat yourself, ladies, you need to make sure you do, because it makes you feel so good. I think sometimes we don't take enough time for ourselves. We're always known for doing for others, and it's important. Okay, put him on here like this. Now I'm going to clean this one because we're going to need a couple other stamps on here. We are going to want the Hey Friends, which I can use a littler block for this one. And we are going to want these little seashells. Take this one off. And then we'll put some other little dots on there too. All right, set that aside for a moment. And now it looks like my thing is too bright. Let's try that. That's a little better. Okay, and we're gonna do Hey Friends next, using the Memento ink again. Put some of my junk away, guys, sorry about that. I'm gonna stamp this up in the corner like so. Okay, and we're gonna clean that. And then we're going to take the little seashells and put them on the littler block too. There we go. And we're going to put these like right here. And then in this stamp set too, there's some little things that look like little pebbles or little grains of sand. And We're going to take those and fill in some of the spots. And I just took those and kind of like went down here and took the little end and kind of went here like that. And there, we could probably put a couple right here. There. Clean that one and put that one away. There we go. Put my ink back on. Now we need to do a little bit of coloring here. And I'm going to use some blends. And the blends I'm using light smoky slate and dark peach pie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to color in all these little pebbles with the smoky slate. Now you could use dark crumb cake too. The reason I chose the smoky slate, I want it to stand out against the crumb cake sand that I'm going to put on here in just a few minutes. And I'm just dotting these. They don't have to be perfect. Okay, and then I'm going to color in just a little bit of the seashell with the gray, like this, and a little bit here, and then just a little bit here. And then I'm going to come in with the dark peach pie, and I want to hit that up top here a little bit just to add a little bit of color, and come down here like this and add just a little bit on that shell too. And then we're going to take light crumb cake, and I like using the brush end for this, and I just want to come in and I want to make it look like this little seagull here is standing in some sand. And you'll notice I'm kind of going over these rocks a little bit and the shells. That's okay, because nothing's perfect in nature, right? There we go. And then I'm going to color in my seagull. And I'm going to take that same peach pie and I'm going to do his little feet. Oh, something I forgot to tell you. You're going to get a kick out of this. When I was in Mexico, this big bird kind of looked like a seagull, but it was bigger. I have no idea if it was like a crane or what, but it flew into the swimming pool and was like going up to people. And people were freaking out because they're like, you know, this is not the ordinary thing. Right after that happened, an iguana falls from a tree and lands on a lady's lap that's laying in a lawn chair. And she about flipped her wig on that. She got scratched up pretty bad. We always have excitement every time we go somewhere, my husband and I. So if you ever travel with us, be prepared. Okay, and I just colored in his wing with the smoky slate. Now this is ready to get attached to the smoky slate square. And I'm just going to use my liquid glue again for that. There we go. And we're going to plunk him down in here centered. I don't look half bad. There we go. And before we put it on the card, I did get, because I ran out of this Lost Lagoon twine. Oh my God, I love that stuff. I'm going to use the linen thread. And to do this, you just cut a chunk of it off. I'll grab my ribbon shears. And the easiest way to do this, I'm going to take my tape runner here and just kind of run a little path there for it. And I'm going to start up here, and I just want to make kind of a nice loop. And I know it has to be up high enough for this square. And then I'm going to come down here and make another loop. and then I can come back up top if I want to. You just kind of crisscross it over. You'll be able to trim off anything you don't like, so I just wanted it to look kind of, I guess, beachy. And that's B-E-A-C-H-Y. I was just looking for some of my bigger dimensionals, but I don't have any out. Okay, so we're going to use the small dimensionals. We're just going to plop these on here. And then we'll stick these down. And that'll be your second card for today. I might try to come live to make one up for you from last week, because I feel guilty that it didn't come across. I was trying something new, and obviously that didn't work, right? There we go. We can just put this on like this, kind of center it. There we go. And I can pull this twine down a little bit too if I want it to hang out a little different. And that is the second card. Now, we can also add some goodies to this if we want. Let me grab, this is another one of my favorite items. I absolutely love these gemstones because the colors in here are perfect. Now, if you are not part of my team and you would like to be a part of my team, I would love to have you join my team. I do a lot of different things for my team. I have regular team meetings. We do recognition for our team members, as well as I built a Stampin' Tutorial Builder, so you can build your tutorials just by clicking drop-down buttons, which is really nice, and you can edit all your pictures. And anybody who's part of my team gets that absolutely free, and that's a $10 value each month that I give to my team members for free. Not to mention, right now during celebration, if you haven't seen, in the back of the celebration book, it tells you what you can get. Well, actually, I lied. That's for the host right here. It tells you what you can get for celebration as extra bonus items. So the first option is you can get 2 of the marker sets, the Stampin' Write markers, plus this stamp set, which is a value of approximately $91. In addition to the $125 worth of product, and all you pay is $99. So you get 91 plus 125. That's a pretty good deal for 99 bucks. The other option is for $99, you get $125 worth of product plus an extra $30 of product of your choice. So I would love to have you join us. We're called Created in the Mitten Stampers. And like I said, we hold our team meetings at the beginning of the month on Thursdays. And we come and we make cards, and we do Christmas parties and birthday parties and things like that along the way too, and celebrations. So I'm hoping that you can join me if you have a desire to get a discount with joining my team. You also will get, depending on your level, you will get either a 20% discount or a 25% discount on every single thing that you order. And you can earn benefits to get free stuff too. So keep that in your mind and your thoughts. And if you want more information, just feel free to message me, and I'll be happy to get you that out in either email, or you can talk to me in person. Don't forget the Galentine's event, February 8th. It's $55, starts at 9:30 in the morning. It's right here in my studio, or you can get a to-go version if you prefer. And you'll make 12 different projects, and there'll be all different occasions. We'll have a nice lunch, and like I said, $30 a product. You're only paying $55 for the whole event. So you go home with 12 cards, and everything's pre-cut for you except for your designer series paper in that one. So hope you can join me for that, and we'll be done at 6:30 in the evening. So, you know, from 9:30 to 6:30. It's a nice day with the ladies and gets all you gals out and being able to do something when it's so cold outside you don't feel like going anywhere except for wrapping up in a blanket. At least I know that's the way I get. Okay, well, that's all I had for you tonight. Feel free to like and share. Join my YouTube channel if you already have not. And I will try to see you tomorrow evening. Until then, take care and God bless.